Hard Rock Stadium is going to be rocking on August 31st. Miami Hurricanes hosting the Notre Dame Fighting Irish to give that culmination to week one. College football will be back and better than ever. Carson Beck takes over as the Miami quarterback. He's got some weapons. Obviously, that offense won't be as prolific it was with that first overall pick in Cam Ward at quarterback, but Mark Fletcher, Jordan Lyle. These are two very talented backs that are going to have a whole bunch of success to take some of that pressure off of Carson Beck, that he doesn't have to be the savior, but we do know that he can be the savior. He is a very talented thrower of the football, and a huge part of why he was touted to be the favorite to win the Heisman Trophy before the 2024 season. Now for Notre Dame, number 4, Jeremiyah Love is one of my favorite players in college football. This kid is explosive, he's fast, he's tough. Look at his run against Penn State. If you're a Notre Dame fan, you are smiling. I can tell right now. That run against Penn State was one of the best runs anybody has ever seen. He should be a top 5 pick when he comes out in that 2026 NFL draft just because of that run. And you're not even talking about his hurdles, not even talking about him catching a pass, a screenplay, scoring 75 yards with his explosiveness. Just watch that run and just say, yeah, if I'm an NFL scout, I'm taking that guy. So Miami has to go out and defend that ability of Jeremiyah Love. And believe me this, there's still a Jadarian Price in the backfield for Notre Dame. That is the best backfield in America, and I say that with a straight face. And Penn State fans, probably some of them are watching this, it's like, well, what about our guys? Nick Singleton, Katron Allen. Those guys are great. They're a close second at number 2, but Price and Jeremiyah Love are going to give CJ Carr the type of release of pressure that every person on the planet wishes that they have. Okay. 1st and 10, I can hand it off and they get 8. 2nd and 2, I can hand it off and they get 6. 1st and 10 again, I hand it off, they get 7. Like, that is the run game that Notre Dame has. Marcus Freeman has got to be so excited about that backfield. You know they're going to establish the run, but Notre Dame, a lot like Miami last year, are going to be balanced. With Miami last year, Xavier Restrepo, Josiah Trader wasn't really a factor. We're going to be seeing a heck of a lot of JoJo next year. He was teammates with that guy there in Shamadan Madonna. He's going to be a lot bigger name in college football next year with Carson Beck finding a way to get him to football early and often. Notre Dame, though, Malachi Fields that they bring in, there's Jordan Faison, there's Jaden Greathouse, who had very good production in the semifinal game against Penn State, against Ohio State in the national championship, a part of that comeback effort, had a big touchdown. Like, this is a very good receiving core. This will be the best downfield passing attack we've seen from Notre Dame because of how good they run the football. Because you run the ball doesn't mean you don't have a good offensive passing attack. It can be the exact opposite of that. Because you run the football, you can have a great passing attack, which is exactly what Miami can be, because they will be very effective with Fletcher and with Jordan Lyle. They will be able to give Carson Beck the ability to use his legs. He's more athletic than people give him credit for. Go back and watch that Georgia Tech game. Go back and watch a number of his games throughout his career. Tennessee, they were down 10-0 against them at home. Found a way to just shut the door by the second half, late third quarter. Like, this game's over. It's not even close. Georgia's just better. Carson Beck is carving him up. Second half against Alabama earlier in the year. Those 4 touchdowns that Carson Beck threw for like 340 yards. Go back and watch that if you're a Notre Dame fan and say Carson Beck is overrated and doesn't deserve the hype, doesn't deserve the $5 million NIL money. Like, this kid can still ball out. He's athletic, has all the size, 6'4", 220, to be a threat on the other side. Talking on the defense now, Ruben Bain for Miami he's a first rounder. I'll say that much. If at the worst, he's a top 40 type of guy. He's a threat. You're going to know his name by the end of the first quarter easily in this matchup, whether it be shifting a block and getting into Jeremiyah Love in the backfield for a drop of 1, whether it be getting to CJ Carr and dropping him for a sack. You're going to hear the name Ruben Bain very quickly. On the other side of things, Leonard Moore is the best corner in college football. There's Avion Terrell, there's Jermod McCoy for Tennessee, there's Malik Muhammad for Texas. Leonard Moore is better than all of them. He's a sophomore. He's younger than them. He has the ability to stick to you, and you don't get him to stick off. He just stays attached to you. He can run with guys. He's physical. He's just one of those instinctual younger players that has such a bright future and could wind up being a top 10 pick when it's all said and done in the 2026 NFL draft. 2027 NFL draft would be for Leonard Moore. So he is going to have that tough task of defending these Miami Hurricane wide receivers. What was pretty crazy is how efficient that offense was with Mario Cristobal. They had a great offense, but it wasn't like, these kids didn't get a whole lot of attention nationally. It was like a whole bunch of guys that were very productive that didn't get a whole bunch of credit, like crazy honors or be in the finalists for All-American or a lot of that kind of stuff. So they bring in a couple of transfers and are adding a little bit to that, right? Besides Josiah Trader, there's CJ Daniels, there's Tony Johnson. They've got guys to be able to fill in and keep that offense sustained. Francis Mauigoa for Miami, he's one of the best linemen. I've got him as a first-round right tackle talent from them. Notre Dame believe they have what? Do they have 4 returning offensive linemen? That offensive line is they want to play now. They want to play this game now. Get out there and play. If you look at that Notre Dame team, it is homegrown, built from within, not a lot of transfers. That's what's so cool is that CJ Carr has been there. He's stayed within the program. He's excited to learn behind like a Riley Leonard, not getting the role last year, but he's going to be able and CJ Carr to have a very good upperclassman, older offensive line. A lot of these guys are very, obviously need to be physical, but smart, elevated. They're going to be very tough. Now, the question is, who is going to have the win when it's all said and done? Who's going to be playing better? What is the prediction, Josh, for this game? I actually have Miami pulling out the win. They are at home. Believe that is a bigger deal than people are letting on. Have them winning 24-23, whether it be a late field goal or down 6. They get a touchdown to take a 1-point win. This is going to be one of the best games of the season. You might not expect it. Clemson LSU is going to get all that hype. This one's going to be a whole lot of fun, but this game might be better than Texas Ohio State. Could be better than LSU Clemson. Notre Dame Miami could be very close, where neither team has the talent ability to pull away. Just like Clemson LSU, similar equated talent levels. Ohio State Tech is similar talent levels, but because of this matchup at Hard Rock and these coaches, the anticipation, we are prepared to see one of the great weekends of college football, where this thing gets kicked off big noon, Buckeyes and the Texas Longhorns, maybe a 1 versus 2 in terms of the best teams in the country when it's all said and done at the end of the year. But Notre Dame, Miami have something to say about that. We know Clemson and, of course, LSU have something to say about putting themselves in there, more so Clemson with the expectations, a bit more of the national hype. But Notre Dame, with Jeremiyah Love, the sky is the ceiling. And they can go just about anywhere. So let me know down below in the comments what you think of this matchup. Who will win it? Am I going to be wrong? Is Notre Dame going to wind up winning this game? Jeremiyah Love, the Heisman hype is real. The number 4s, he's going to be given that number 4 run for his money for the Heisman Trophy, or the best player in college football. So let me know down below. Please subscribe for more content in the future. If you can't tell already, I love football. I love college football. Love talking about it. And would love to have you guys around more often to share in the joy that this great sport brings to us on Saturdays, on Sundays. It is so amazing that it is back. It is back for a couple of months. Holy cow, let's go. So thank you so much for watching, subscribe, all of that, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you.
Best player in college football.
That Georgia and Ohio State game, New Year's Eve, is going to be a classic.
Josh Blunder, hi everybody, I'm Josh Blunder.
To the 40, 35, 30, Espinosa to the 20.